So I went back towards where that goalpost is over here, and that's where I started. Seems like on field here is where I lost signal at again. It's gonna be. So I'm noticing on the field on this part, wherever I walk at, there are certain points where it just cuts out altogether. So I'm gonna attempt to probably stay on the sidelines for filming purposes. Hopefully I don't have too many issues tomorrow. Otherwise, service up here isn't bad. If you have any feedback, just tell me. But I'll be covering each team tomorrow. X-Dogs and MD Titans at 11:15. Ruckus and Red Knights at 12:30. About 2 p.m. I'll be covering Adrenaline Rush, which is members of TMT for those who don't know, versus 7-point spread. And for the last... So when I was walking up that sideline, it disconnected. Don't know if it came across on the actual stream or not. Seems like for the most part I have service. It's just in patches where I have service. So it could be a case where tomorrow I have to move around endlessly if I lose it, just so that way I don't have any issues. Nonetheless, still filming for it. Looking forward to it. I don't know if the rain's supposed to happen or not still. I know I was in the forecast. If so, I'm preparing the umbrella again. Second time this year. The sideline isn't bad here. It's just, it's facing the sun, so that's going to be the cluster we're filming it. You gotta tilt the phone at an angle and hoping to avoid all sunlight. I'll have a partial biased commentary for our league's teams. I'm WCFL all the way, so. All about the hometown teams tomorrow. There's about 6 of us, I think, in this one. So, 6 out of 17, I like our odds of winning. Seems like this sideline actually has little to no issues at all. It's just on the field. Seems like is my biggest problem right now with the way this is all set up. And I apologize if this is shaky. Like I said, I'm testing the different locations where I can walk so as not to lose signal. Right about that line there is where I lost it at earlier. But it seems like as a whole, up till I get to that part of the field over here, I'm fine on field. Whatever number this field is, I'm not quite certain. So I'll walk up towards the goalpost, see what happens. If I lose anything. Okay, so it cut out on me when I got to about the 30-yard line here. So this area seems like a bit of a black hole for in terms of streaming. So if anything, if anyone's driving down the field in this one, we'll just try to stay far back because I can't get an end zone view. Mainly just because of service and as well as the sun being directly facing this direction here. I'm gonna walk the sideline here. The sideline over there is actually perfect. I've had zero issue filming over there. As is the back of the end zone here. So the end zone cam will probably be prominently used for the most part, at least on this side of the field, as well as hopefully most of this sideline until it gets about the 30 and then it cuts out, and all of that sideline. The field over there, it's fine up till I get closer to the goalpost and then it cuts out. Seems like there's just holes in a lot of different places. Over here, I believe, is the final field. I'm not 100% certain. I do believe the championship game was played on this one last year in the B bracket. So we're going to walk over to that one. For what it's worth, I'm not seeing the actual comments come up, so I apologize if someone is saying something and I can't see it. I got the notification, but I'm not actually seeing it pop up on my screen here, which I don't know what's going on with that. Facebook Live has had that issue lately. Sometimes I can see people's comments, other times I can't. So I'm going to walk the sideline here. Because like I said, it's going to be the more prominent things I use is the sideline. I'm going to try to stick to the hometown team sideline, though. Just so I'm not causing any confusion with any of the away teams. I'll be there tomorrow, probably about early in the morning. I'll be there for the first game. I'm just not going to stream till the third game because I want to give fair coverage to everybody. Day 2 will be a little different. That's going to be a little more on the fly. I'm going to try to get as many games as I can, as well as sticking to it until we get to the elimination of all teams. So far, this field has actually been the best. I'm having little to no issue here. There's other fields, like it's partly that area, and so lost service from about the time I got to that lamppost to here. So I think it's just mostly a black hole of service once I get to down around the 20 or 30. For the most part, though, the sidelines are fine. So if anything, I'm going to probably be sticking to a lot of sideline views because they're the ones giving me the least amount of problems. The biggest issue is going to be the sun, which as of 12:30 currently, the sun is facing directly above us, so it'll be a lot of back shots, if anything, because it's directly above. As I said, at an angle almost to avoid it. So for those of you who used to watch my old Survivor videos from a couple years ago, it's going to be mostly filmed like that. A lot of sideline view. I'm going to try to be on the field, but not too much. I don't want to get in the way of any of the players. And if anything, I'll be sticking to the sideline of the home team, which would be the case for the X-Dogs game against Titans and the Adrenaline Rush game against 7-point spread. I'll be alternating sidelines for Red Knight Ruckus and Broad Axe affiliates. Same thing for day 2. Like I said, I'm going to stick to the home teams. Seems like this end isn't so bad. Like this whole sideline is fine. It's just everywhere else is kind of being a cluster right now. It's a perfect shot downfield. So the red zone cam will probably work out on this end. On field is going to be determined by which way we're heading. Because I know that if we're heading down towards here, I'll be sticking to this end. Which I'm walking right now. But if I were to guess, it seems like all the black hole wind coverage is literally down on that end of the field. At least that's what it seems so far from what I've gathered doing this for the last couple minutes. And that's something I want to avoid because I don't want any interruptions. I want this to be the best I can. If there's any feedback, just tell me in terms of how the stream looks. I'm going to leave this video up. And anyone has any comments on it, just tell me. I know it's shaky. It's because I'm walking to see like what parts of the field are good, what parts of the field are bad. I'm gonna walk back to the original field and I'll wrap this up. But yeah, tournament starts 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Live here from the Fairgrounds. X-Dogs and ALU will be the first game, I believe. And then at about 10 o'clock be the next set of games. Followed by 11:15, 12:30, 2 p.m. and 3:15. Andy will have you coverage that night of the actual seating. I will not be there for that. Got a very, very busy Saturday night ahead. Very, very busy weekend. I'll be here for day 2 as well. Sticking around as long as the league can make it through, which I'm pretty certain is a very good chance we'll have a league team participating in the B bracket at least. See how Adrenaline Rush matches up in the A bracket. The end of this football year. Sad. I'm also going to take this time to promote Turkey Bowl 11 live from the police station in Boonesboro. Yes, I know, crazy as it sounds, there is an actual football field there. To be played on Thanksgiving morning at precisely 10 a.m. 10 a.m. I almost kept, in my head I'm saying 11, but I know it's incorrect. Everyone's welcome to come, open invite. I am taking donations for cones and balls too. So I know everybody else has their preferred football to throw and catch. For now though, test streaming here at the Fairgrounds just to make sure we have good service for tomorrow. Seems like the sidelines are almost perfect. The only thing that I've really gotten so far is down towards this end zone here, and the end zone's down that way for both sides. It cuts out on me, so just gonna have to keep that in mind for tomorrow when I'm filming. Sunlight is also facing in this direction. That's where we usually play kickball at, actually. Monday night kickball from the Fairgrounds here in Hagerstown, Maryland. Starts up in March after St. Patrick's Day every Monday night at 6 p.m. So come on up to the Fairgrounds for a kick-ass good time. I don't know. I can't think of a good slogan there. I'll have to look up words in the dictionary. This would be an end zone cam view. Seems like this field is fine as well until I get to about up there. See if I'm walking it. It's nice to actually have grass, as Andy was saying in one of the comments. I don't think I've seen a field this green in a long time for football. We'll see once the rain starts, if it does start. I am reading that is in the forecast. At least it was. Maybe something has changed. I hope so. Seems like on the field. So on the field, midway through here is kind of where I lose service again. So half the field is going to be unavailable to use. I got down to here and it came back, but I know once it gets towards there, it'll be gone again. So half the field there is kind of useless. I'm going to walk the sideline here and I'm going to wrap up.